This is the Steamroller 2015 number 2 scenario called Two Fronts. There is kill box. You need 5 points to win. You get 1 for dominating your close zone, 1 for controlling the far zone, and 2 for dominating it. You can't do either of those though until you destroy the enemy objective, and if you do so, that's another control point. Alright guys, we have here another War Machine Wednesday. The initiative is won by Jack on the right. He is running Trollbloods and his favorite epic Madrak list, which I like too because I helped him design it. This is the one with all the beasts. We've seen it a couple times before, and Jack lives nice and close, so whenever he gets a chance to come on, show off his epic Madrak, he does it. Now Scott on the left is running his Cygnar, and this will be the first time I believe he comes on. He does not play much War Machine, but he sure loves it, and this one here will be with the big old storm wall, and it'll be him running Nemo3, who loves to zap. Now, zapping Nemo does not do the best normally against epic Madrak with these big beasts because of the high armor. You know, all these POW 10s, Electro Leaps, and all that fun stuff. You know, when you get the armor 19 and 20, that's a real problem. So we're going to kind of see how Scott decides to answer this. But either way, Jack is going to go first with Epic Madrak, and really it's just the beast running forward. So all the beasts getting up there. Now, Madrak with his Fury 5, a little bit of an issue. So Rock and the Bouncer only just walking up. The other 5 going to be advancing. And that's really going to be the first turn. Of course, dumping all the Fury into the stone, running up with Madrak, other side of the building. And now we're on to Scott. So he is going to... You actually get a lot of allocation. You know, you have Nemo that has 7 Fury. Every single time you give it to a Jack, you get a free 1 from Finch as well. And this is a tier 4, so you got some extra deployment, free focus first turn. And so a lot of these models is running up and trying to be in a spot where they can counter next turn. Now, the Storm Blades at the bottom, they're actually behind the wall, and so they won't be able to charge or anything fun like that. But we'll see why Scott did that in a second. Otherwise, we're on to turn 2 of the Trollbloods. The one Axer just going to be running up to the storm wall just to kind of really keep it back. Now, a little bit helped here with that extra 2 inches of deployment means that the storm wall is already in the zone. But now he's going to be going up with his Impalers. They're going to do some shots, trying to do some damage here. So the one at the top did a boosted shot into, I believe... one of the Stormblades up there did a little bit of damage, kill the Stormblade. Warpath is going to start being a factor here, moving up, getting up there. Rock going more centrally so he can deal with the Storm Wall. Otherwise, other Axers, of course, spacing out. This Impaler here going to be shooting at the Firefly, doing some damage. Turning out that he's actually went a little bit too far, or not, sorry, he was just barely close enough. Again, that Fury 5 on Madrak, you gotta watch that, only control area 10, but he is gonna be able to shoot down one of the Stormblades, so doing that damage there, trying to take them off. Again, that slow bouncer, slowly making his way up there. But now we're on to turn 2 for the Cygnar player, so this is where scoring could start happening. First thing going up is going to be the Firefly at the top, going up and trying to do a little zapping attack. Again, that high armor being a real problem. Otherwise, the Stormblades go up, and he's actually hoping to shoot with them. Normally, I don't shoot a lot with my Stormblades. I use them mainly just for combat, but he wanted to try and shoot with them, and unfortunately, that short range of like 5 inches or 8 inches, whatever it is, was short. So nothing out of that. Otherwise, he goes up there with DJ Thunderhead, and he goes up, does a little bit of zaps, nothing too much. And now we're going to be going with the Stormwall. And it's going to start laying down some hurt onto the Axer, but man, the dice to hit really don't agree with Scott, and he does really hurt the Axer, but amazingly does not destroy it. I mean, when you can't roll 6s to hit, you're not going to die, and that's really what happens here. So the Axer, like I said, probably left in something like 4 boxes. Can't remember what it was, but that's really it. Otherwise, again, he has other Firefly coming up here to shoot and do a little bit of damage to this Impaler down here. Then again, here he comes here with the Stormblades, and their whole thing is they want to shoot. Again, I mean, for me, I'm more of a melee guy with them, but those shots are fairly powerful. So, I mean, it's not something to be ignored, especially with Nemo3, where he can pop his feet, and those are all boosted damage shots from them. I can definitely understand why Scott is focusing on the range damage of these Stormblades. Either way, now we're back to turn 3 for the Trollbloods. He's going to be pulling in all this Fury. I believe he had a little bit extra there that he could not pull off of the Impaler, but it did not freak out, so everything's happy and fine. And when I looked at this, I really thought this was going to be a feat turn. You know, he was going to be going in there, he's going to be warpathing and killing lots of stuff, but it turns out he actually dropped warpath because of what he wants to do here. So that won't be so much of an issue. The Axer moves out of the way, doesn't even make attacks because the system's out, and then Rock comes in here. So Rock comes in, does the Assault Spray, does no damage, starts attacking. He's primaled, so I mean, he's only missing on double ones, but something that importantly happens here is he does roll a double one and misses. And so he's doing some devastating damage, but after it's all said and done, he does not destroy the Stormwall. Stormwall is something on like 6 boxes, so it still has his Cortex, still has his right arm, but is not completely out. Meanwhile, he has another Axer come in here. It's going to do some more damage. Maybe it was down to 6 boxes after this Axer, but either way, the Stormwall is not going to die. Now, the Axer at the top that really wish they got Warpath, it's going to go up there, it's going to do a Thresher, and it's going to attack up there, kill the 3 Stormblades that are there in the front. It's actually not in range to hit the Stormwall, and sorry, not the Stormwall, the Thunderhead. By the way, Thunderhead has the spell on it where it gets +2 armor and ignores any crippled systems, and that's really it. So no feat turn. It's now going to be back to Scott and his Nemo, and this is going to be his feat turn because he has all these beasts in front of him, and he really needs to do a lot of damage. So first off, he's going to start shooting against the Impaler in the bottom. Again, I would look at this and I'd be like, time to charge, but hey, you know, these guys have some pretty nasty guns, and he's deciding to shoot with them instead. So he does that against the Impaler, does not quite kill it, but it is very, very, very damaged. Otherwise, he is able to kill the Axer with the Firefly at the bottom. So there's another model off the table. Again, he has to try and kill off as many of these guys as possible, and he could really do it. I mean, the Stormwall could definitely kill Rock. He could kill some of these other lights with all these boosted damages, and so now he's going to be looking more at the top. We're kind of talking about different stats and things like that. But he's going to be coming here and trying to be damaging the Impaler and the other Axer at the top. Trying to do a few zaps, you know, shooting with Nemo, popping feet, trying to do some damage here. Here I believe he actually puts a Chain Lightning into the Creel Warriors who have gone into this little tiny forest in the middle, and it's going to do quite a bit of damage. Again, normally POW 10's not that dangerous, especially to the heavies, but to these lights, and the infantry rather, yeah, this little Chain Lightning is going to go through and kill a good number of guys. Again, tough tests can get past that, so a few guys toughing and staying where they are. Otherwise, now he's going to go with the Stormblades, and the Stormblades are going to kill the Axer, or sorry, the Impaler that was up at the top, so there's one guy off. Coming over here with the other Firefly, doing some stabs at the Axer. You know, again, doing some pretty good damage, but not enough to take it out. Especially over here, he's going to go with the Thunderhead. He's going to find a nice little spot he can go, pulse, and that's going to do some great boosted damage to all these models here. And of course, once he pulse, then he can actually auto-hit with some shots as well. So damaging all the way across here. And what he's going to decide to go for is actually shoot up atop at the Axer and try and do some damage there. And that's what he's doing now. Shoot, 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 shoot. Doing all that stuff. But again, the top Axer is not going to die. So the top Axer, the bottom Axer, and the Impaler, sorry, not the Impaler, the Rock actually, almost dead. All these models almost dead, but Scott not able to kill them. And now definitely Jackson is going to need to come back here and really hit hard and do a lot of damage. But he does still have the feat in hand, and I think that's going to be the plan here. And definitely, if nothing else, he is going to need to kill that Stormwall. And funny enough, he thought he's just going to do it with the Axer. Or sorry, not the Axer, Rock. Because Rock thinks a Primal is going to just freak out automatically, hit the Stormwall. You'd think that'd actually destroy it, but he rolls garbage. For his damage dice, it's something like 112. Does a few little bit more damage to the Stormwall, but does not destroy it. Otherwise, he has knocked down last Krill Warrior, is going to walk up there, just in a spot where he can attack. He's trying to make sure he has everything in the right spot here, so, you know, things want to get into position first, so he's going to be going up there with the Axer. It's going to try and attack. It's not going to actually get anything done. Now Madrak will be going to where he needs to be, throwing an axe at Thunderhead, doing some pretty good damage. And then right away here, he's going to be popping feet. And then all of a sudden, that's going to be Danger Town. So this Impaler attacking all of these Stormblades here, doing lots of damage to all of them. I mean, really, if he just hits them, they're dead. So he kills quite a few of them there, a lot of them off screen. And whatever he doesn't kill, I mean, now the Axer is going to go. He's going to do some dangerous stuff at the top. That Axer killing off all the Stormblades up there. The objective up there being extremely hurt right now. I think it's down to like 3 damage at some point here. So there's lots and lots of attrition. The Bouncer coming in here and taking out the Stormwall. So now the Stormwall's down. That really takes a lot of the potential out. This Axer who had not gone yet is going to come down here, and he's going to Thresher, kill off now all of these Stormblades, so no more Stormblades left on the table. That Firefly at the bottom fairly damaged. This Axer up here destroying the objective, taking care and doing some damage to this Firefly as well, so that's going to make it so he couldn't destroy it. He didn't quite destroy it, but now he's going to be up 1 scenario point to nothing for the Trollbloods, and yeah, not really in a good spot here now for Cygnar. They've lost a lot of their pieces, the feat's already gone, and what he's really looking at is probably just a very bad chance assassination. So Madrak is there with just 1 transfer. He has no Grim Salvation targets around him. So that's probably going to be what he wants to go for. Thunderhead, he's actually he dropped that upkeep that was on him. So the armor is now low. He's going to be trying to take a free strike, go up there, pulse, and try and kill Madrak. Now Madrak, with the stone aura, he is a pretty tough target. So even though he doesn't really have a lot of transfers, just 1 and no Grim Salvation, and this is kind of like his weakest point, he is still very, very tough, and it's going to be very hard for Scott to try and kill him. So he's going to try lining up some shots, and you know, he needs to clear off this guy here in front of him. But as he does try to go for these little POW 10s and things, they just aren't going to really do anything. So he's doing his best right now to try and do some damage. Few little Electro Leaps and stuff like this going on. But it's just not really doing any initial damage that he hoped. So now he's going to be going with Thunderhead. We try and find a way that he could actually be, because, you know, with all the reach going around here, you cannot be engaged and pulse with Thunderhead. So you have to be in just kind of like this right little spot here. He's going to pulse, do a lot of damage to the rest of the stone bears up there, but the actual pulse doing no damage to Madrak, but hitting him. So now he can buy shots against him. But again, it's just not enough. I mean, really, the odds of this assassination were fairly low. He did need some spikes, and Scott definitely did not get them. It was kind of like before, where he was attacking Rock, a little bit low dice, and so exactly not what he needing. I don't believe that Madrak even needs to transfer. That's how bad it was. And so after here, pulls things off. Maybe there's a few frenzies and stuff like this, but in the end, the Bouncer is just going to move out of the way, and then Rock is going to look at this nice, tasty little Nemo up there. He's going to go and throw an axe at him, but actually miss because of how he's engaging. That reach of Nemo saving him with a +4 defense. He's going to kill his own Krill Warrior instead. And now Bouncer just gets out of the way, does a little bashing here to the Thunderhead, and then, yeah, Rock is going to go after Primal himself, and yeah, Nemo is not long for this world. And so with that, it'll be an assassination victory for the Trollbloods. Again, this game did get a little bit closer than I thought it was going to be. Again, Nemo likes to see a lot of weak infantry, things he can just zap. A lot of times he likes using his feet for the assassination, but he is forced to use his feet just to try and survive all these lights coming at him. And unfortunately for Scott, did not kill all the lights, and then Jack was able to kill for the win. So there you go, guys. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you later. Bye.